World Records Mule Deer Edition Part 4. This all took place in 1993 in Garfield County, Utah, and the hunter's name is Lloyd Barton. So this all started when Lloyd started hearing rumors about just a massive buck that had frequented the area for a few years. And it had been seen, and everybody's saying that this thing was just gigantic. And there were enough people talking about this thing that Lloyd figured, why not? He's going to go give it a shot. So he loaded up his stuff and he decided he was going to try to hunt this thing with his muzzleloader. He waited until the last 4 days of the muzzleloader hunt before he went out there into what he called no man's land. And already within the first couple of days, he passed on 4 bucks that would break the 30-inch mark. Any hunter in their right mind would take a 30-inch buck in a heartbeat, but he was after that monster, so he passed him. So luck was on his side as far as the weather was concerned. It dumped about 6 inches of snow, which makes it a lot easier to track these animals. And he spotted a big set of tracks going into an area, but there was a few hunters already in that area. So he decided he would back off in hopes to, not give away the location of the deer and, get him shot. Now that following morning, Lloyd heard a shot right in that same area where he saw those big tracks going into. So he hiked over to where he heard the shot, and there was a hunter there completely just in disarray because he just missed the biggest buck of his life. Long story short, he had the buck in his sights and got buck fever and just blew it. He missed. And as Lloyd talked to this guy, the hunter described the deer as being comparable to a buck that a guy named Ted Riggs shot a few years back, which was 42 inches wide. And as they were hiking back at sunset, Lloyd found out that the other hunter couldn't come back the next day to chase this monster because he had jury duty. Your Honor, this is horseshit! So Lloyd spent the night in his truck because he didn't want to leave the area, which I don't blame him. The next morning, he hunted, spotted a really big buck, 30-plus inch buck, passed it up, and didn't see another deer for the rest of pretty much the afternoon. But that evening, he spotted a doe about 500 yards, and he closed the gap to see if there's anything with him. And he noticed there was a huge non-typical with this doe. He got within 50 yards and put his crosshairs on this buck and touched the trigger. The buck lunged forward and disappeared. He looked where he thought the deer was, but he couldn't find any blood whatsoever. But then he spotted it dead in its tracks. Lloyd's buck ended up scoring 293 6/8, making it the world record muzzleloader non-typical.